And the inverse of a table, we just switch the x's and y's around. So 9 goes with negative 11. Negative 2 goes to 0.3. Negative 8 goes to negative 3. And 2 goes to 3.5. And that's all we do. We just put them in. Now, to graph the inverse, which I've already done on this one, you're going to take your point, you're going to reflect it across the line y equals x. If I can get those to match up there. So what happens when I reflect it across the line y equals x, you flip the y and x around. So like on this one, it's at 0, negative 2. That goes to negative 2 and 0. Notice the point that's on the line y equals x, that doesn't move at all. And then my points move right there. So you just flip them around and graph them. Now to find the inverse of an equation algebraically, that is to find the inverse algebraically, we're going to follow 4 steps. First thing you're going to do, you're going to replace f of x with y. Then you're going to flip the x and y's around. You're going to get y by itself. And then instead of writing y, you're going to write f inverse x. That's what that f to the negative 1 means. It does not mean to the negative 1 power. It means the inverse of your function. So if we take a look at the first example, let's go through those steps one by one. First, we write, instead of writing f of x, we're going to write y. Y equals 5x plus 10. Then we're going to flip the x's and y's around. We're going to go x equals 5y plus 10. Don't change the signs of anything. Just flip the x's and y's around. Then we are going to solve for y. So now we're going to go through the algebra to get y by itself. Minus 10 from both sides. Notice x doesn't have, 10 doesn't have an x, so don't combine them. So it's x minus 10 equals 5 times y. And notice my negative 10, they make 0. They undo each other. Whoops, put it right there. Okay, now, then I divide by 5. So now I got y by itself. Instead of writing y, I'm going to write f inverse of x equals x minus 10 all over 5. You could distribute that division if you wanted to. I'm not saying you have to. And I would say 1/5 x minus 2, because 10 divided by 5 is 2. I'm perfectly happy if you leave it in this form, x minus 10 over 5, because 5 doesn't really go into x. You're not really changing anything.